We tested 5 methods to play Fallout 76 on a Mac on an M3 Max chip. In this case, all of the methods worked, which gives us enough to choose from. We'll give you the best settings we found for each method and we'll recommend which one to pick. But you still need to buy the game first. We are always looking for discounts on this game to help you get it as cheap as possible. Regularly check the description under this video to get the best deals available at the moment. Boosteroid and CrossOver are the best choices, but which of the two depends on what you want. Boosteroid is the price to performance king, but it's a cloud solution, so it's best to use it at home. Just to be clear, if you want the easiest way to play, this is it. We recommend signing up from the link in the description to see all the available games in the Boosteroid library. All you have to do to start gaming is follow the link in the description, register for the service, and buy a subscription. Then just search for the game and click play. It's all pretty easy, but we have a how-to tutorial if you need it, and an overview of the service if you want something more in-depth to make up your mind. CrossOver uses your Mac's hardware, so games run better the newer your Mac is, but performance goes up and down all the time and you mostly have to reduce settings. You also often need case-by-case fixes for bugs depending on the game. To use CrossOver, click the link in the description, enter your email, and download the app. Then, after you install CrossOver, you must click the Try Now option for the 14-day trial. If you need a longer tutorial, visit our video on that. The most relevant setting to tweak is Shadow's distance, which can give you from 10 to 30% performance depending on the scene. Set that to medium, and while you're at it, set the shadow quality to medium as well unless you are displeased with the results. I didn't quite like the result in medium, but if you're fine with how it looks, keep it that way. The other big performance win comes from setting grass fade to medium. It will give you a nice boost and it barely makes a difference in terms of visuals. You don't need to change any other settings since the gains will be small, but we're leaving the optimized values if you need them. Also, if you are running the game in CrossOver or Sikarugir and encounter graphical glitches, there's a little tweak you can make. Access the game's installation folder in the CrossOver bottle, find the Fallout 76.ini file, and open it. Then just change the value for blood splatter enabled to 0 and save the file. This should resolve the graphical bug. All the other tested methods are a variation of this theme. GeForce NOW is the best cloud solution with all the bells and whistles, but at double the price of Boosteroid, it's just not worth it except for a handful of games which can use the latest and greatest effects. xCloud is Microsoft's cloud solution created for using with Game Pass. It's by far the worst of the cloud solutions, but it comes with the benefit of being free if you subscribe to Game Pass. Sikarugir is the free DIY version of CrossOver. It works great when it works, but it's more inconsistent, less intuitive, and has a lengthy setup. Now here's what I got from testing the methods. On Boosteroid, I pushed 4K with high-ish settings and it felt properly PC cloud. Sharp image, smooth motion, and only the occasional wobble when my Wi-Fi decided to cosplay as a potato. GeForce NOW gave me the same kind of high-end experience but with steadier server consistency, 4K class clarity, and fewer bitrate dips when scenes got busy. Of course, the improved stability is reflected in its monthly price, so we still consider Boosteroid as the better value option. Xbox Cloud Gaming is the most plug-and-play, but it's clearly console stream territory, controller only, 1080p resolution, and a hard 60 FPS ceiling. Locally, CrossOver is the clear winner here. After applying the previously mentioned tweak, everything worked great on my M3 Max. With D3D Metal at 1080p medium, I sat around 70 to 90 FPS, and high hovered near 55 to 65, dipping into the low 50s during crowded public events. Sikarugir worked comparably well, but it took quite a bit more tinkering, but I guess I can't complain considering its $0 price tag. So overall, you can count on all the methods shown here. They all work pretty well, and choosing which one to use is mostly about personal preference and whether your Mac can support this game locally. Take care and see you in the next one.